when we look into the fats we have in our diet here in the Western world, it is very much a ratio where we get too much omega 6 compared to omega 3s and too much omega 9s compared to omega 3s. Now, it's not to say that omega 6s are bad, we just need to get more omega 3s, as we spoke about in the first portion in week one, where we get more EPAs and DHAs from your fatty fish and nuts and so on. Now, we want fatty acids, but when we get high levels of omega 6s and especially high levels of omega 9s, these are very much inflammatory signaling. Now, yes, fats are very, very good for our brain function. But if we get too much of the wrong type, they're going to lead to inflammation and lead to all sorts of fuzziness when it comes to our brain health and giving us brain fog. Now, what I will say is that if you can't afford to get all organic grass-fed and corn-fed chicken, all this sort of stuff, grass-fed meats and really, really high omega eggs and all these sorts of things, just do your best and try to cook from scratch as much as possible. When you go to restaurants as well, you could go as far as checking what they're cooking their food in if you really are reactive. But this is a list of things that we want to look to avoid and good fats and dressings to focus on. Low quality fats are absolutely a no-no. When we say low quality, we mean foods cooked in vegetable oils, canola oils, sunflower oils. Also check the low calorie sprays, because we always hear that olive oil is something which is healthy to be cooked in. First off, we want to get olive oil to cook in and extra virgin olive oil to put on our foods. If we cook in extra virgin olive oil, it can very much be denatured by the heat. So just bear that in mind. But look at the ingredients of these low calorie oils and low calorie sprays, because they may say olive oil or they may say coconut oil or butter, but they are usually just vegetable oil with a little bit of this added thing in there. And when we look at the ingredients list, the way the ingredients lists are written is that the item that is the most in this food, quote unquote, the item that is the most is at the start, and then they go down from there. So usually we have vegetable oil or sunflower oil, which is actually the bulk, which bulks this all out. And the same goes for when we have these olive oil spreads as well. Most of these olive oil spreads are just vegetable oils with a little bit of olive oil in there. And if you've got problems with brain fog, problems with ADHD, problems with neurological work, then that is going to make a massive difference by having these constantly. For example, if you do really want to have something to put on your bread, a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, is going to be good for it, or coconut oil, these sorts of things. And also look at fried foods as well. Fried foods and the carcinogenics that come as a result of fried foods and burning foods is massively inflammatory within the body. Just because something fits your macros and the fitness professional down the road has said, oh, it fits your macros, bro, then it doesn't mean it's going to be healthy for you. We really have to dive into the nitty gritty here, because we can look just at calories, and calories do count. There's no point doing all the things in here and just overeating, because you're going to cause issues in another way. But we have to look deeper than calories. We have to look beyond just calories to getting good quality foods in there. How can we actually improve fats? Well, we can get good fats in and dressings. So looking at organic, grass-fed meats, organic free-range eggs. Now, luckily, the meats here in the UK, the regulations are a lot different to the US. So a lot of times the cows and animals are actually grass-fed, and they're actually raised on pasture raised rather than being locked away all the time. But still look at that. We want to look to see whether there's free range, organic, and look at the best we can do. Extra virgin olive oil, as we said, for dressings, olive oil for cooking, coconut oil for cooking, flaxseed oils, avocado oils. Look at using balsamic vinegar as a dressing. It gives it some flavor. Look at apple cider vinegar as a flavoring, as a dressing. And you can look at low calorie, no sweetener items, or looking at things like I love ketchup. So we get the low calorie, no sweetener items. No added sugar, no added salt. As natural as you can get. A lot of local companies will do these as well. But again, look at the ingredients to see and make your own decision as to what is going to be good for you and bad for you.